Hello everyone, welcome to our Wellness Wednesday live on Facebook, Planet Wellness. If you're watching live, please say hello in the comments below, and if you're watching on the replay, please type in #replay. Today we thought we will record this in the comfort of our living room stroke home clinic because it's a bit cold outside. And what we're about to discuss, we don't really have the item with us. So I'll pass you over to Ronald. Can you
We don't have the item, but we will describe it, and I'm sure you'll relate to it. A lot of people don't realise just how valuable fibre is in their diet, right? In their what they eat every day, right? Now, I'm going to give you a fantastic tip today about how you can increase your fibre intake. Why is it so important? You see, when you eat your food, right, it goes to your mouth, in your esophagus, and your stomach, which is here. That's called a J bag. It's on the left here. And then from the stomach, in the duodenum, which is the start of the small intestine, and then from there into the colon, which is the large intestine. Now, the small intestine, from the duodenum to where it meets up with the colon or the large intestine, is about 25 feet long. 25 feet long. And the colon is about another 4 or 5 feet long. And it's all there in your belly, right? So don't mistake that with your stomach. Your stomach's up further, up the top. It's under your left pectoral, okay, your left breast, if you like. Now, why is it so important? 45 years or 50 years of work showed me something incredible, that fibre is one of the most misunderstood nutrients for the body. Why is it so important? Because you see, if you go back 100 years, 140 years, it's fascinating when you look back. You see, who used to get the problems with indigestion was the lords and the dukes and the kings and the queens, because they were eating a lot of fatty foods. They were eating a lot of quails and pork, and they were not eating enough vegetables and fruits. So what was remarkable when you go back in history to about 100, 150 years, is those dukes, lords, kings and so on, they were actually quite sick. They suffered from gout, they suffered from flu, they suffered from indigestion, they suffered from sleeplessness and also anxiety. And the peasant, on the other hand, who used to be on the land of the estate of these people, what they were doing, they were growing turnips, carrots, apples, pears, plums, grapes, and they were eating a lot of that because they were not allowed to eat the rich food like the pate, the pork, the bacon. They weren't allowed because that was part of the duke's lock on the food. But remarkably, they were the ones that were healthiest. They were living on till 85, 90, 100. They were living that long. So from that study, I realized that fiber played a very, very important part in the ejection of waste, right? And then I found out through a lot of work that the human body, unless you're a dwarf, right, the human body requires 38 grams of fibre every single day. 38 grams. And you might well ask, well, what do I need to eat to get 38 grams of fibre? You would need to eat 6 bananas, 6 large oranges, and 6 apples to get 22 grams of fibre. So you're already short by 16 grams, right? Now, so today we're going to talk about a very easy I ate fresh vegetable, and we know it as yellow corn. But there's the trigger. The yellow corn is very common in England, but in America, I've been there several times. In America, there are 200 varieties of corn. 200 varieties. You have the yellow corn, you have the white corn, you have the greenish corn, you have the brown corn, you have the purple corn, the mauve corn, the indigo corn. Amazing. You got black corn. And those corns have been around from about 3,000 BC, like before Christ. 3,000, that's what they've been eating. That's their staple, right? So when you eat corn, right, and it gives you about 8 to 9 grams of fiber, depending how much corn you eat. 8 to 9 grams, so that's quite a lot of fiber already. But in addition to the fiber and the benefit to your bowels, you also get manganese, zinc, potassium, phosphorus, and you also get some protein as well, which is one of the rare vegetables you get protein. And if you cook it the way I teach you, you're going to find it absolutely delicious. Now, it's something I've been watching in the last 2 or 3 months. When I go to the shop, whether it's a supermarket or farm fresh, what I've noticed has happened is the corn is sold in two packs with the skin, the green skin, and the silk in the corn out, already gone, right? And I don't like the look of that, because you see there's a lot of medicine in the silk, which is around the corn, the silk, and also a lot of medicine in the actual skin. You can make tea with that. And one of the things that is beneficial for, especially the silk is those little strands of hair that surround the actual corn itself, right? If you get about the silk from one corn cob, okay, you do that, and you put that in your teapot, and you can add a very berry or mint with it. You put or olive leaves. You can put boiling water with it, and that combination of olive leaves and the actual silk, what I call the corn silk, is incredibly good for hay fever. And usually hay fever is a sure sign, symptom, indicator of hay fever. That's a sign. In other words, your bowels are congested. So the yellow corn is very rich in all these key minerals, like manganese, zinc, phosphorus, I was saying. But also, it's very, very good for fiber. And it's also very tasty. So I'm going to give you one of my favorite recipes. Try and get the corn that's got the silk or fresh, and the wrapper. You might be able to get that more from a farm shop rather than a supermarket. The supermarkets think in their wisdom that you can just put corn and a wrapper and it sort of stays fresh.
They do it for convenience.
Convenience. And because people don't like peeling the corn. That's rubbish, right? You are throwing away the silk and the skin of the corn that keeps the corn fresh, right? And people are so ignorant that they throw the silk away when they get it anyway, right? We use the silk to make tea with, and with all the our lilies from the garden. Now, I'll give one of my favorite recipes. If you, let's say for 2 people, you need 2 cobs of corn, 2 cobs, and then you steam them. And you can add green beans at the same time. Lovely fresh green beans of the season. So you have 2 cobs of corn. You got like a packet of green beans, chopped up already. You wash them, you chop them, put that inside the steamer, and you steam that. Now, when it's cooked, in other words, the steam, not microwave, steamed, you then cut the corn off the cob. You just sharpen off and just cut it. Put it into a Pyrex bowl. Add your beans that are already cut. Add some red onion, sel de Guerin, olive oil, and apple cider vinegar, and also 1 full avocado in chunks, right? And then you mix it all up. You can even add a bit of raw honey, and then that makes a lovely base for a salad. If you want to be a bit more exotic, at the moment we've got borage at the front. The borage is known because the leaves are round except the point, and they give out about 30 or 40 blue flowers, tiny little blue flowers, gorgeous looking color. And then when you've done this, the yellow corn, look at it, imagine that. You've got a yellow corn, you've got the green of the avocado, the green of the beans, and then when you've tossed it all up, you put those blue flowers on the top of that mixture, right? And people just look, wow, never seen that before. You don't see many chefs using the blue flowers, unless the ones that are really advanced, like in France. Some of the French chefs are very capable at it. So that mixture I've mentioned, the avocado, the beans, and the corn cob with the seeds, okay, what we call the seeds, they are tremendously good for fiber. And also you'll find the next day you'll have a lot of energy, and you'll also your bowel will be moving better. Now, if you want an additional trick with this, don't do it at the same time. When you've done the mixture of avocado, sel de garon, and so on, and the beans and the corn, when you've eaten that, wait a couple of hours and eat 2 red apples, right? Now, when you eat that combination I mentioned of the corn and so on, and the 2 red apples after, you must allow 2 hours. You've got to let it digest and let the first lot of fiber go in, right? And then you eat 2 red apples. You can just chuck them out. And then by that night, you'll have a lot more energy because of the pectin in the apple. It's like a jelly. And then the next morning, you'll go to the toilet straight away. And if you can do that every day, you're going to be in so much better shape. Now, the other very important thing, a lot of people are discovered who have got Alzheimer's or dementia, they are going to the toilet about once every 3 days, right? It's telling me something. It's telling me their brain is so congested, it's damaging the contents of the brain. And if you damage the contents of the frontal lobe of the brain, you can't think. And this is why I think one of the reasons why Alzheimer's and dementia is so prevalent. In fact, the figures are out that by the time you're 70 in England, 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 will get Alzheimer's or dementia. 1 in 2. Now, so once you pass 70 you're still young, right? So you need to be sharp and get this sort of food in your system. All right. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to getting your feedback when you can on our website.
Okay.
Would you like to add to it?
Sure. Thank you so much, Ronald, for sharing that. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please give us a like, care, heart, or wow emoji so that we can get this video out to a wider audience. Do also tag your friends. And as you know, sweet corn is sweet and delicious. So do enjoy that. And Mabel is saying it sounds delicious.
It is.
Your
it is
your
delicious.
recipe.
It is delicious. Yeah.
And hello, Picola as well.
Yeah.
Good to see you here.
Yes.
So until next time, just to let you know that in case you're not aware, we have our YouTube channel. I'll share the link in the comments below if you can subscribe to it. We share quite a number of tips as well, and we've been covering on the topic psoriasis. However, the tips that we share is applicable for overall wellness. And tomorrow onwards, we'll also be installing some videos, some new videos on diabetes as well. So do look out for those and share it with your friends as well.
Yes.
Till then, take care.
I'm always delighted if you can give me some feedback during the week about that you tried this corn salad and how you found it, right? And because that also gives me encouragement to help people even more.
Yes, and if you'd like us to talk about any other topic on health, do let us know as well, and we will try to cover it in the future weeks. Till then, take care. Have a great week, everyone. Bye bye.
Yes. Okay, take care.